You love Gojo. You probably love Levi too. And if you like Bleach, you probably love Aizen.
Yeah, boy.
I don't think that's a coincidence. I think anime and manga fans have been choosing the same character for years. The question is, why? Because when I first noticed this pattern, my first guess was people love these characters because of their strength. These are all insanely powerful characters, so obviously that had to be the answer. But that explanation didn't hold up, because there are hundreds of overpowered anime characters. Most of them nobody's making edits about. Most of them don't have entire fan communities built around them. So strength alone couldn't be the answer. Then I thought maybe it's confidence. These characters all walk around like nothing scares them at all. But that didn't fully explain it either. Plenty of confident characters exist in anime and manga, and fans just shrug at them. So again, this brings us to the question, what exactly makes millions of anime and manga fans keep choosing these specific characters, as we mentioned earlier, over and over across completely different shows?
You don't find that suspicious?
Now, before I get into any explanation, I want you to just see the pattern first, because once you see it, you can't unsee it. So let's add some more popular characters to the list. For example, we have Kakashi from Naruto, Killua from Hunter x Hunter, Itachi also from Naruto, and Sun Jin-woo from Solo Leveling. Several different franchises from different studios, different decades, different art styles entirely. And for some reason, fans keep gravitating towards the exact same type of character. So if it's not just strength and it's not just confidence, what is actually going on here?
I guess we'll never know.
So let's actually test some theories, rule things out one at a time. Maybe the reason why these characters are so beloved is because they are overpowered. But here's where that theory starts to fall apart. Using the example of Saitama, who is arguably the most overpowered character in history, anime history, he can end any fight in one punch. And while people enjoy One Punch Man, Saitama doesn't get the same obsessive devotion Gojo does. So power alone clearly isn't the reason. But probably the next reason is they're attractive. And a lot of these characters are conventionally good looking. But so are dozens of characters fans barely talk about. So again, we have to strike out that phrase attractiveness as a possible reason. So every one of these explanations gets us a little closer, but none of them are the actual answer.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Now at this point in the video, some of you are probably wondering, what about characters like Luffy, Naruto, and even Deku? These are some of the most beloved characters in the entire medium, and they clearly don't fit what I've been describing so far. Here's why. Because Luffy, Naruto, and Deku get love for a completely different reason. We don't admire them because they feel untouchable. We love them because we watch them get destroyed over and over and keep getting back up anyway. And of course, there may be many other reasons that you could mention in the comments. But that's not the same emotional trigger. That's attachment through struggle. Gojo, Levi, and Aizen, that's not their appeal at all. Fans aren't drawn to watching them struggle. Fans are drawn to something that shows up after the struggle is already over, which finally brings us to the actual answer.
Finally!
Here's where everything suddenly makes sense. It's not strength, it's not confidence, it's not appearance, it's control.
Huh?
Every single one of these characters carries themselves like nothing in the world can reach them. Not just physically dominant, emotionally sealed off, completely unshaken, no matter what's thrown at them. There's a term in psychology for this, the idolized self. It just means the version of yourself you privately wish you could be. Not who you actually are on a hard day, the version of you that never gets rattled, never gets hurt, never has to feel small in front of anyone. That's the actual pull. Fans don't chase perfection, they chase certainty.
Yes, exactly.
Before we continue on with the rest of the video, if you enjoy exploring why anime and manga fans think, debate, and become attached to certain characters, subscribe to the channel because that's exactly what we do here. So let's continue on with the rest of the video. So if this pattern works this reliably, why does almost every major shonen eventually introduce a character or side character like this? Because creators can see what resonates. This isn't a guess, it's a formula that keeps proving itself. And it's not really about anime as a medium, it taps into something a lot more universal. Think about who's actually watching these shows, especially early on. A huge portion of the anime audience discovered these series during their early teens, sometimes even younger. Years where feeling powerless is basically constant. School, family pressure, social hierarchies you didn't choose and can't control. Then a character shows up who has all the control you don't have, who can't be hurt the way you and I get hurt. People don't become attached to characters, they become attached to how those characters make them feel.
Correct!
Anime and manga fans don't actually keep falling for the same character. They keep falling for the same fantasy. Gojo, Levi, Aizen, Kakashi, Killua, Itachi, Sung Jin-woo. Different names, different worlds, different genres entirely. But underneath every single one of them is the exact same thing. The fantasy of becoming powerful enough that the world can never hurt you again. That's not a coincidence showing up 7 separate times. That's a wound, and these characters are the fantasy version of healing it. So maybe anime fans don't actually have a favorite character. Maybe we all just have a favorite feeling. So here's what I want to know from you. Do you think your favorite anime character says something about you? Or do you think I'm reading way too much into this? Drop your answer in the comment section below. And there's one more thing that I want to mention, because there's something very interesting about the anime community. We don't understand inspiration. I talk about this in the video that is popping up on your screen right now. So I'll see you in that video. Agon.